is about to kick off any moment here at the Circuit Barcelona Catalunya. No doubt that today will be full of action on the track. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Impact7 and today I'm going to play in F1 2019. This is Make Max Verstappen, the Drivers' World Champion Series, Episode 5. We're at the Spanish Grand Prix. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching right now, really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. Really would appreciate my road to 600 subscribers. If you want to keep up to date with my latest information, please follow on Twitter, Facebook and Discord. Links are free as usual.
There's a few cars out on track. Perhaps we should get out there before it gets busy.
Are in the description box down below. So, super soft tyres, car setup. It says dry and cloudy in the race, overcast and dry conditions for qualifying. Hopefully there is no rain, but let's get out there, see what we can do.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware we have a car leaving.
My flying lap has started. Unfortunately, I've got a Renault right next to me. I have to keep my position. Hopefully it doesn't affect my lap too badly. Oh, it's so wide. Horrible. 0.4 of a second down on Bottas's first sector time. Felt like I kind of lost the back end there. Four attempts down again. Around the final corner. My time is 1 minute 20.6. Definitely can improve on that. I think I can get into the 19s. Fourth place right now. Second sector, pretty much.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 20.6.
Second sector, I'm pretty much even with everyone else in the second sector, to be honest. Really close to the best second sector time, so second sector is good for me. First sector, I know I can improve. Probably lost 2, maybe 3 attempts going wide for the long right-hander just before the first sector detection point, so should be fine.
15th in the speed trap, 199.0 miles per hour.
Not going to go out again. Currently ahead of my teammate. So qualifying 1 is done. Leclerc qualified on the mediums. Interesting for him. So the first 5 cars eliminated in qualifying 1 are Nico Hulkenberg, Lance Stroll, Antonio Giovinazzi, George Russell and Robert Kubica. Here we go to qualifying 2 now. Coming up to the second sector now. My final lap in qualifying 2. Been a pretty good lap so far, I think. Around the final corner. My time is 1 minute 20.1.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
Still haven't got into the 1 minute 19s yet. A bit disappointing, but it's not a bad time nevertheless.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:20.1.
That's the end of qualifying 2. That's the end of qualifying 2. Okay, so I'm through to next part qualifying. Next 5 cars eliminated in qualifying 2 are Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Kvyat, Alexander Albon, Sergio Perez and Roman Grosjean. About to go in the first corner now. Flying lap in qualifying 3, my only flying lap. Can't afford any mistakes. Quicker than Leclerc in the first sector. How was the second
Just
sector?
30 seconds left in the session.
That's fine. Barely lifted off there. Fastest in the second sector. Can I get my first pole position? Qualifying is complete. Around the final corner. DRS, can I do it? Yes, I can! Do I stay there though?
Fantastic. You've got pole.
Pole position! There we go! Yes, finally! Oh my days.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Verstappen, Vettel and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Finally. Finally I can compete with the big boys now, Ferrari and Mercedes. My first pole position, let's go. That's the end of qualifying, got my first pole. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching right now, we do appreciate it. If you're enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. Really appreciate my road to 600 subscribers. If you want to keep up to date with my latest information, please follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Discord. Links will, as usual, are in the description box down below. Now, can I convert this pole position into at least a podium finish? If I can get the win, that'll be amazing. But I'm lowering my expectations, my hope for a podium position. That's what I'm hoping for. All right. Let's get to the race now.
I don't think we're in for a quiet one today. It's race day here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. I'm joined again today by none other than Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, obviously there's a lot of development work that goes on with these cars between the races. You've been both a test driver and a race driver. What differences are there in the way you approach those roles?
Interesting question, Crofty. They're two very different mindsets. I mean, when I tested for BAR, we had full in-season testing where, per driver, you'd cover up to 15,000 kilometres per season. And in that role, it was more about working for the team, trying to help them improve the car and drive as systematically as you could, so that that data could be analysed in the most consistent way. When you're lining up on the grid for a race, however, your frame of mind's all about what you can get out of the situation on that day. And the car's the tool to help you achieve what you want. You still want to focus on setup, of course, but it's more about the here and now, getting yourself as far up the field as possible, and less about development work for the future.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Gasly, Lewis Hamilton and Bottas, Sainz, Magnussen, Ricciardo and Lando Norris, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Alexander Albon and Perez, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Lance Stroll and Antonio Giovinazzi. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Welcome to the grid now on the Spanish Grand Prix, pole position. So we're going to have 2 pit stops, 33 laps, going to the mediums twice, 35 laps of fuel on board the car, which means 2 laps of extra fuel. Here we go. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are racing! Oh, I had a bit of wheel spin. Both Ferraris just going to sail past me, and it looks like a Mercedes as well. Somehow I got through, still in first place. Really drove over the chicane, the curbs really. I'll take that.
That's a strong start. Well done.
Thank you. Let's see if I can pull away a bit here. Whoa, back end, what's going on? It was not good. Can't afford for the car to be like this. Such an early point in the race. In the first lap of the race. Oh, not about to be in first place for long. The speed difference is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Possibly could have tried to dive up the inside there, but no real point.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
Roger that. I fear the same thing that happened with me with Leclerc is about to happen between me and the Mercedes.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
Here comes Bottas now. Got to try and squeeze him out a bit. Just able to stay ahead.
The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment.
That's really annoying. I want to try and fight Leclerc for the win, but just don't have the engine for it. This car definitely has a pace of over a 1 lap stint, but as I've shown the fact that I got pole, but race trim, particularly when there's a long straight, nah. Red Bull really can't compete with the front two teams. Got to move over to the inside.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. Gap to teammate behind is 3.4 seconds.
Not really going to fight Bottas. Hamilton's on my outside. That's something I cannot allow to happen. It was on my inside going into the first corner and then the outside going into the left. Can't allow him to pass me there. Losing one place is more than enough going through a single straight. I refuse to allow myself to lose 2 places. Oh, ran a bit wide. This isn't going to help much against Hamilton. Am I gaining on Bottas? I think I am. Not by much though. Bottas kind of blocked his teammate there from overtaking me. I appreciate the assistance, Bottas. Bottas is on the mediums. This is what makes it a bit annoying right now. He's on the medium, so I'm, logically speaking, I should be faster, but that's not the case. No, Hamilton, you can't overtake here. Not overtaking place. Got to try to dive up the inside though. I've got the inside line here. Still kept 3rd place.
Okay, looks like you're running on some slightly worn rubber at this point. Should still have a fair amount of grip left, but be mindful, it's going to start falling away.
Roger that, just like with Bottas, just going to let Hamilton by.
To pit this lap, so push now.
No really any point fighting really hard against them. It just hurt me when it comes to making sure I finish ahead of my teammate.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Yeah, it'll be nice having some fresh rubber.
Box, box, box.
Oh, the back end. Almost completely lost it. Oh, lost the back end again. That's annoying. That's really, really annoying. Hamilton dives into the pits, and so do I.
Go, go, go.
2.5. That's not a bad time.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
21 seconds. Pit stop took. Okay, let's see if I can get some overtakes done now. It should be a piece of cake. Bit of a tap there. Guys, he's in the pits. Hamilton's got by Russell. Got ahead of my teammate. Oh no, here he is. Just got ahead of my teammate. He's been thinking, oh no, it's going to be quite easy. And you just got ahead of him. Oh, got a good run out of this corner. Very good run. Side by side. This is going to be easy overtake. And it is. Lewis Hamilton going around the outside. He's going to have Albon going into the next corner as well. One of the Ferraris come out ahead of us. Ahead of me and Lewis. Giovinazzi's got DRS as well. I use Giovinazzi to turn the corner there. Got Albon ahead of me now. Oh, I had to lift off. A bit too close to going off there. Gasly trying to pass car behind me, and he does. Is Hamilton being held up by Stroll? I think he is. Surprised he hasn't passed him yet. Oh, once again, got good drive. Albon's going defensive.
DRS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
And the spun. That's one flashback. It's kind of annoying when clearly this car hasn't pitted yet. So I'm wondering, why is he fighting me? Why on earth is he fighting me? Let's go the driving line this time. The racing line, I should say. There you go, that's better. So I've just used one flashback. Got one more flashback left. Surprisingly enough, I've now caught up to the back of Hamilton. Hamilton going for the racing line. Stroll on the inside. Stroll's holding up Hamilton quite a bit here, but I think Hamilton's got by, and he has. Hamilton's going to start getting away now. Lost the back end slightly. Going around the final corner. DRS. Stroll's got DRS as well. So I think he's pretty much neutralising mine. Although Albon's catching me. Don't know how that's happening. It's kind of embarrassing,
some
really.
Information on Russell. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
I'm not interested in about Russell. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Bit of a tap there on Stroll. Oh, being held up so much by Stroll. It's a bit difficult passing him considering he's got a Mercedes engine in the back. Even if I pass him before the finishing line, he's still going to have an advantage over me because of the speed of that racing point. I had to pause there to make sure I remembered precisely what it was called. I was about to call it a Force India. Don't know why I turned in so early. Come on, I'm staying behind Stroll for so long. Right around the outside. What on earth is he doing?
Good job, nice overtake.
Is he that upset that I was trying to pass him that he did that? Hold on, I have to get a replay of that because that looked like a clean pass there for me. Clean around the outside. Yeah, the guy was driving into me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now is he going to hold up my teammate like he held me up? Guarantee he doesn't. Oh, my days lost the back end. Able to save it though. Hopefully I can start pulling away now for my teammate and the Force India. That's my hope.
Okay, you're creating some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds per lap.
Did the best final sector, which is rather surprising, I guess.
The gap to the car ahead is 3.3 seconds.
Okay. Which is Roman.
Grosjean is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 3.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 25.3. You're taking 1.8 seconds out of them each lap.
That's encouraging to hear. Personal best second sector time. Glad I've got some clear air. I'm able to put in some decent lap times now.
The car ahead is losing 2 seconds a lap to you. Good job.
Okay. Catching up to Grosjean nicely here. 1.2 behind Grosjean now. Should be able to pass Grosjean down the straight. Hopefully. Didn't hit the bump. Was very cheeky there. Grosjean, come on, man. Seriously? Clearly saw I was there. Clearly. Here comes Grosjean. Very wide there. My teammates find it very easy to get through these cars. I'm finding it rather difficult. Pit stop information.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy. Okay, gap ahead is 2.4 seconds. They have some kind of mechanical problem. Pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. Some information on Leclerc.
Oh, Leclerc has issues. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I like the sound of that. Hulkenberg diving into the pits. I'm about to get some DRS. Saving some fuel. Ooh! Oh my days. That was too close.
Bottas is up in first place.
Did Leclerc pit? Is this Vettel ahead of Hamilton? If the Ferrari ahead of me is Leclerc, not Vettel, I'm going to do everything I can to finish on the podium. I'm going to fight my teammate tooth and nail if that means I can get the third place. I think it is Leclerc. It is Leclerc, okay. Vettel's out of the race. What happened to him? Ferrari are dropping like flies and Vettel just came out the pits. Oh, missed the corner. Vettel just came out of the pits as well. That's not good for him.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
Oh, my teammate had DRS. I didn't even realise. Kind of annoying. I need to catch up to Leclerc. In lean fuel mix and low ERS.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag. That's for the Ferrari, as you can see there on the right.
Okay, clear.
Ferrari are losing a lot of ground as a driver championship. Oh, damage. I'll do it here. Whoa, almost lost the back end. Starting to struggle on these tyres now. Sorry, Leclerc, can't afford to be held up by you.
Brilliant. Nice move.
And now watch Leclerc use DRS and pass me now.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Here comes Leclerc. Now all I need is one of the Mercedes to go down now. Okay, looks like the field is a bit spread out now. Come on, Leclerc, hold him up for a little bit, please. No, Gasly got by him. Oh, come on, Leclerc. That 19, okay. As you already saw, I've used up my flashbacks now. No more flashbacks. We're on lap 19 now. Lewis Hamilton just pitted. I'm going to be pitting at the end of this lap. And Bottas, I don't think, is pitting again. He's on the hard compound tyres. Trying to push a bit, trying to open up a bit of a gap to my teammate.
Pit now, pit now.
Almost 2 seconds to clear my teammate now.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Here we go.
Go now. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Oh, Perez is ahead of me. Because Perez is on the hard compound tyres. This Perez is going to give me a hard time as well. I should have so much more grip going through the corners. I think my teammate's going to be pitting this lap. DRS really close to Perez, might be able to take him here. Send one up the inside. Got him.
Nice work, that brings you up a place. Pierre is in the pits.
Okay. Is Leclerc still having those issues? Just past my teammate. He's going to be behind Perez, which I think is going to help me out a little bit. Though, by the way Gasly just carves through the guys in front of him, I don't think it's going to be too long before he passes him. Yes, it is Leclerc. Come on, a podium is possible here. Disappointed I couldn't get the win, but hey, I'll take a podium. Been too long since I've been on the podium. It's been since the first race.
Bottas is out in front.
Yeah, he's miles ahead on the hard tyres.
Our gap behind is 1.7 seconds.
Oh, gonna miss the corner. Oh, that was too heavy. Oh, he pitted anyway. If Leclerc wasn't pitting, I was thinking about letting him back through there. Well, lap 26 now, just at the fastest lap of the race. Car's feeling good so far. Just trying to really be consistent right now. Losing a bit of time to my teammate, but I'm not too bothered about that. Trying to save a bit of VRS and a bit of fuel. Flat out through there, even though you're supposed to lift off. Almost 5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton and 5 seconds clear my teammate right now. Oh, hit the curb. Shouldn't have. It's going to cost me a bit of time. Lewis Hamilton goes quickest, 1 minute 22.5.
Hamilton has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. The gap to the car ahead is 5.1 seconds.
Teammates just got the gap between me and him down below 5 seconds now. 5 laps left to go. This is another fastest lap of the race. I think that was a 1 minute 22.4 this time. Let's put that in rich now.
Gap to teammate behind is 4.9 seconds.
I was basically in low fuel mix and low ARS for an entire lap now. So let's open up the gap a bit more to my teammate. Personal best first sector. 4 laps left to go.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Okay.
Gap to car in front is 6.3 seconds.
That's fine. Was I able to increase the gap to my teammate? 4.9. I think he took a bit out of me there. Okay. Driver behind.
That's Pierre behind. Okay, the gap behind is 4.8 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 9 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:23.0.
Okay, 1 minute 23.0. But that's not really the gap I'm concerned about. Oh my days, what was that? Just completely lost the back end.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Bottas quickest. Wait a minute, how is Bottas quickest? Where did that come from? .3 now, my teammate is behind me. Gonna need to pick up speed now if I want to finish in 3rd place, which I really do. One minute 23.7, not a decent time. Penultimate lap of the race, 2 more laps left to go. 3.2 the gap between me and my teammate. Quite tense these last 2 laps.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Roger that. Come up to the last lap of the race. Lewis Hamilton goes quickest.
Just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Doesn't want to allow his
This is
teammate.
your final lap of the race.
I just did a personal best, surprising. As I was saying, Lewis doesn't want his teammate to get that fastest lap there. Doesn't want him to get the extra point that comes with it. Okay, there should be no way now my teammate's able to pass me. As long as I don't do anything silly. Valtteri Bottas on the final lap does the fastest lap of the race. Bottas wins, well done to him. Ferrari are really letting themselves down. The issue with Leclerc, the retirement for Vettel. Slipping further and further away from Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes. Lewis does the fastest lap of the race. Does that come through to claim 3rd place? There we go.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Good weekend for Red Bull. Red Bull 3 and 4. Good weekend for Mercedes 1 and 2. Poor weekend for Ferrari. None of them got points. Leclerc finished in 11th. The issue he had earlier on in the race stuck with him, which is why he ended up in 11th. Very good result for me. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to keep up to date with my latest information, please follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Discord. Links all free as usual are in the description box down below. Aside from that, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all again in my next video. Laters.